right, we got mad. I put everyone in their prime except Victor Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama is heading to San Antonio as a new face of the Spurs, but today he's about to take on the ultimate challenge. Every player in the league is back into prime form, meaning this is the toughest and most competitive the NBA has ever looked. With that being said, Wemby would get off to a hot start, averaging 17, 9, and 3 as a rookie, eventually winning the Rookie of the Year award.
Nice.
While that's cool and all, he's got way higher aspirations.
I'm trying to win your ring ASAP, so be ready.
And with his unique blend of size and skill, he has all the tools to make that happen. But he's gonna have to wait a while because to put in
Hassan Whiteside's back in the league, bro. We're not.
his unique blend of size and
Hassan Whiteside, Mr. got the bag and dipped, never came back, and no one saw him ever again. Once the Heat gave him that contract, he went straight out that door. That's all he ever wanted. He got his 2K rating up and got his bag. That's all he ever wanted in life.
Let's make that happen. But he's gonna have to wait a while because to put it nicely, the Spurs as a team have a long way to go. But there's no way we're gonna leave Wemby to fight by himself. Every season, we're going to be spinning a wheel of upgrades to help him out. Plus 10 finishing, that's a lot. That is like multiple upgrades in one, basically. And after said upgrade, Wemby's original rating of a 79 has flown all the way up to an 85. And for the season, he's averaging almost 20 points and 11 rebounds per game. On top of that, he's also getting some help. The Spurs would bring in Isaiah Thomas in free agency, who's now back to prime Celtics form. San Antonio now has a legitimate dynamic duo to build around. And that dynamic duo would lead them to 32
How about Prime Manuel Quickly?
Missing out on the playoffs.
Quickly's got better too, right?
So I
imagine he would get better in real life.
So upgrade already. He hasn't really done anything for as good as he's been. And right now he's getting a
plus 10 layup.
I already know he's going to be maxed out after that. And yes, you heard that right. Wemby now has a maxed out layup after that upgrade.
A Jordan layup? Oh, it's 7-3.
He's already flown up to an 88. But once again,
he doing Jordan layups at 7-3 is crazy, bro.
Wemby has a lot of work to do if he wants to win MVP.
Harden.
More competition than ever. He's back, bro. He's back. He's a 99 overall. But for
15 assists? Dang, he averaged 15 assists. He hasn't passed the ball enough for that. Harden's a ball.
More competition than ever. He's back, bro. He's back. He's a 99.
Couldn't even do that when he was on Houston.
But for now, we're not worrying about MVP.
Dang.
Wemby's hooping, and so
Kyrie's at you. He sent back Kyrie.
Overall. But for now, we're not worrying about MVP.
Dang.
Wemby's hooping.
He probably not doing that in real life though. Kyrie probably has some sauce for him or something. Kyrie always has some type of counter. He's like a boxer. He has counter after counter after counter.
Averaging a 20-point double-double of his own. But once again, for a third straight season, Wemby's missing the playoffs. This keeps up, he might not be in San Antonio for long. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Plus 10 to all shooting. Okay, so all 3 of his upgrades have been really good. We're still waiting on him to make the playoffs, though. And finally, in his 4th season, he would finally do that, making it into the playoffs as a 7th seed. But now the real challenge begins as his first opponent happens to be one of the scariest in the entire league.
Paul George, Kawhi Leonard,
Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi, all of which are in the high 90s. But Wemby's now into the 90s himself, and he would make a huge splash in his first playoff game, falling 1 assist short of a triple-double. There's been some insane playoff debuts throughout history, but Wemby might have the best by far.
He can do that?
At least it would be if they didn't get absolutely smoked by Prime Westbrook. And Wemby's first playoff game is a 30-point loss, so that's a fantastic sign. And that unfortunately would repeat the rest of the series as it's basically a 3-on-1. Wemby would continue to show out, but the Clippers trio would fight back and then some, eventually taking a 3-0 lead. And unfortunately in Game 4, despite some late-game heroics from Wemby, they pass it down to Wemby, one last shot. He draws the foul and won. The Clippers would eventually sweep the series and send him right back to the upgrade wheel. And now he's getting a badge boost this time, +1 to all playmaking. And for the 2028 season, Wemby's stats would take another leap, finally making the All-Star team. But for a second straight season, he would be taken down.
He played him again? Dang!
Russell Westbrook in
it's like Luka. He ever played the Clippers. The first team playoff series was against the Clippers for Luka, and he lost them both. He took them to 7 one time. Like 1 year, he took them to 7. The other year they lost in 6.
Win the championship and the finals MVP.
Reminds me of Luka.
It's looking like Wemby might not be a Spur for life, and that's because according to Wemby himself, he wants to win, and we haven't done anything. But for the following season, Wemby would once again reach another level, winning 45 games to make it to the 6th seed.
That's all you can get.
After averaging a 30-point double-double in the first round, he would eventually upset the 3-seeded Lakers, who had prime LeBron and AD. He finally won a playoff series. Now he's up against the Warriors, with the higher seed. But fortunately for Wemby, somewhere along the line, the Warriors lost Clay, leaving only Steph in the backcourt, who would wind up.
They still got Draymond, right? Prime Draymond?
Destroying the Spurs anyway, taking a 3-1 lead. And now
he still got prime Draymond, yeah.
But we've seen the Warriors blow 3-1 leads before, and in Game 5, which happened to be at home, Wemby would take the first step to doing so. Quickly with the board, pass over to Wemby. Wemby with the
Draymond, you have nothing for that. Draymond, you have nothing for that.
Oh my God, Wemby has Draymond on him, bro.
Draymond, you have nothing for him.
Cook him.
Yeah, nothing for that. Mason's about Allstate? I didn't know you got Allstate.
Oh my god. Oh my god, yep, I knew it right away.
As soon as
he drove to the basket, I knew Wemby was getting a hand on that. And as you can tell, Wemby's taking this
3-2?
one, officially making it a 3-2 series.
Okay.
So, are they dropping confetti? We're still down 3-2.
2K.
Really
Yeah, I don't know if I do that.
Because on the road, Wemby would dominate once again, eventually finishing the game with 33 points.
Oh yeah, Curry on him. Barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert.
One step closer to a 3-1 comeback.
It's not even barbecue chicken, you're having a whole cookout.
Steph's wide open, but it looks like Wemby's, I mean, no, not looks like, he is forcing game 7. Wemby's one game away from making history and ironically taking down the Warriors from a 3-1 deficit. But finally in game 7, Steph would show up with 35 points of his own, dominating the game from the outside. But ultimately it wasn't enough because Wemby would have 41 points of his own, 10 rebounds, and most importantly, 1 exclamation point. Steph about to be blocked. Yup, blocked by Wemby. He still made it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And with that, Wemby's officially surmounted a 3-1 deficit.
He came back from 3-1. Warriors blew another 3-1 lead.
Taking down a team with multiple
The Warriors is going out. Set. They remind me of the 1990 Buffalo Bills. Just retire, Draymond. Just retire, Steph. Retire in your prime like MJ.
In the process. Now we can drop the confetti. Now it actually makes sense. Now he's heading to his first ever conference finals where he would get cooked by Westbrook.
Oh, not this again. Not this again. Oh,
and Paul George.
Bro, why do you keep on getting beat by the Clippers, bro? Go to the East at this point.
To send him home. Just a really unfortunate turn of events. Oh my god, bro. That Clippers team is nuts, man. And for the 2030 season, it would continue to be a rough go for Wemby. He'd win 52 games, but then match up against the Warriors and Steph, who would get their revenge last season. Golden State's coming for revenge. Oh my god, bro. Not only that, but in the following season, it seems like Wemby might be plateauing. Because again, while he would do his thing in the regular season, he would get eliminated, ironically, by
Gobert. Bro, he knows his game inside and out. They've been playing each other for like 15 years. How do you lose to him?
Rudy Gobert and the Wolves, second round. Bro. And finally, in 2032, Wemby would be entering the final season of his contract. The Spurs would definitely try to persuade him to stay by signing Bradley Beal in the offseason, but still, it wasn't enough. And unlike previous Spurs of the past, he's not staying in San Antonio. He's taking his talents to Boston. Wemby's first season with the franchise would be business as usual, as he'd average a 30-point double-double. But in terms of playoff success, it would come in the following season, storming past everyone in his way to his first conference finals. We have the New York-Boston rivalry in the conference finals, and the Knicks have Derrick Rose,
Jalen Rose,
and Jaylen Brown in the backcourt. Wemby now has his best chance to make it to the finals, and he would get off to a hot start with 41 points in Game 1. But not so fast, because the Knicks are led by prime MVP D Rose, who would ultimately take Game 1 in convincing fashion. Not only that, but in Game 2, Wemby would put up a historic stat line we'll get to later. But again, he would lose to go down 2-0.
Not mad at that.
Okay, so we're down. Wemby
he dropped
57 and we lost. Wemby shockingly is on the brink of being eliminated
empty
yet
stats.
Again, but he would answer the call in Game 3 to make it 2-1. Now he has to focus on Game 4 to tie up the series and ultimately avoid going down 3-1. Yo, can we pass it to Wemby, bro?
Lonzo?
Randle is 6'8", guarding 7'4" Wemby. Pass it to Wemby. Pass it to Wemby. Wemby's cutting. Mitchell Robinson, what are you doing, man?
You said Mitchell Robinson. I better not be Mitchell Robinson with the ball dribbling like that. What is this?
Wemby. Pass it to Wemby. Pass it to Wemby. Wemby's cutting. Mitchell Robinson, what are you?
You got Mitchell Robinson dribbling the ball like he's a point guard, bro. This man's the next Mason Plumlee.
Man.
This man swears he's a point guard.
What is he doing?
This man's...
Bro,
he handed Lonzo a hand grenade.
Oh, he made it. Oh my god, okay.
He handed Lonzo a hand grenade and he made it.
30 left. Jaylen Brown, top of the key.
When you realize it's never too late to start.
Man, you was about Prudential. I know you had that.
He's on the ISO. He's dribbled through like the entire shot clock, bro. He's ISO'd the whole time.
Yeah. Bailed out by the refs. This man got bailed out by the refs.
He's not like the greatest free throw shooter of all time. He's probably making that one. We have to give it to Wemby, bro. Wemby has 6'8" Julius Randle on him.
Yep.
And Lonzo runs out of.
Lonzo, that's not a big baller move right there. What is he doing?
Don't forget about Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown with the ball. Jaylen Brown.
Nope.
Bro, no way. No, he drew another foul.
He got the and one.
Oh my god, bro. I don't understand what's going on. He's getting his revenge in the TD Garden. Bro, pass it, pass it, pass it. Thank you. They finally passed it to him. Oh my God. See how easy that was, man? Overcomplicating the game for no reason. Julius Randle, 6'8". Wemby, 7'7".
That's what I'm saying.
More like 7'4". Jaylen Brown's have dropped. Or, yep, I knew it.
Bro, who's guarding Jaylen Brown, bro? Who's guarding Jaylen Brown? This is getting ridiculous. He hit you with the same move like 4 times in a row.
Yep, I knew it. Yep, he drew another foul, another and one. I'm at a loss for words, man. 3 straight fouls, 2 and 1.
Hit dudes that just want to score, not play defense.
The Celtics have to do something fast. Lonzo, today, pass it today. Yo, you're doing like a bunch of dribble moves for no reason. You just burned like 5 seconds off the clock. Wemby's dominating. We have to get one stop. Jaylen Brown, he has taken over. We have to get, bro, put Wemby on him. Screw it. Oh my God.
Who touched you? Bro, these refs are bailing him out right now. But it's Jared Allen. He's a bad free throw shooter.
Of course, Jared Allen, notorious good free throw shooter, is going to make both.
No, Jared Allen's a good free throw shooter?
The post-ups, but
why come he don't take no mid-range shots then?
Not the time. Yo, Lonzo Ball is just kind of selling, bro. He's kind of just standing around. I don't know what's going on. Wemby with the fade. It's good. Help him. And after yet another foul, D-Rose would be heading to the line where he would split the 2 free throws, meaning there's not
Still
much
got a chance. Still got a chance. Still got a chance. You got a 3. You need a 3, Lonzo. All right, God, get a quick 2 then. Get a quick 2. Y'all go, Wemby. You gotta go.
The Knicks are fine with just letting them shoot a bunch of 2s. Wemby is cooking, man.
They got foul game. Play the foul game.
Proved to be futile.
Okay, yeah, I make
D-Rose free throws would seal it, making it a 3-1 series. Wemby's on the brink of yet another heartbreaking playoff exit, but with his back against the wall, he would come out the gates flying in both games 5 and 6, dominating from both inside and out to tie the series, just to ultimately lose in game 7. Someone has to help Wemby, man, because Wemby's doing everything he can. It's another unfortunate mark on Wemby's playoff resume, and it wouldn't stop there, because in the 2035 season, he would be eliminated, the 2036 season, also eliminated, and just like that, Wemby's now a free agent for the 2nd time. His talent is apparent, but the fact that everyone's in their primes has been working against him hard. But this time in free agency, he would make a smart choice and use that to his advantage, signing with the Sacramento Kings, pairing up with prime Carmelo Anthony. And the two would immediately have chemistry, dominating the league from the jump, but their 2nd season together would be the one where they made their mark. They would start off their playoff run by defeating the Suns and Rockets to make it to the conference finals, but waiting for them would be the Clippers team that's eliminated Wemby several times in the past. But this time the tables have turned, as while it took 6 games, Wemby's finally getting his revenge, sending them home. Why is DeAndre Ayton holding up the trophy? With the help of Carmelo Anthony, Wemby has now made it to his first finals after 15 seasons. All his playoff struggles have led him to this very moment, watching LaMelo and the Hornets celebrate a championship on his home floor. But unlike previous playoff runs, this time Wemby wouldn't fall into a downward spiral. Both him and Melo still have no chips, and they would feed off that motivation, making it back to the finals for a 2nd straight time. And now to look at the Cavs team, they have Donovan Mitchell, Paolo, and then like role players and stuff, and like Steven Adams, who played with Wemby earlier. At this point, Melo and Wemby are the clear favorites, and with home court advantage, they have no excuse to lose. So as you would expect, the dynamic duo would go off in game 1, combining for 65 points to go up 1-0. We're taking game 1. Wemby takes game 1. Melo takes game 1, however you want to put it. And game 2 would also be no different. Melo and Wemby might be the most versatile scoring duo of all time, and the Cavs have no answer for them. Sacramento would be heading to Cleveland up 2-0, and while the Cavs would win game 3, Wemby and Melo would bounce right back, dominating again, combining for 62 points to go up 3-1. Wemby's wild NBA journey has taken him from San Antonio to Boston and now Sacramento. And now with the help of Melo, he's finishing the job. It's over. Wemby has finally, oh my God, bro, Wemby's finally done it. Dude, I have been sitting here for so long just waiting. Why is DeAndre Hunter holding
I know you're tired, man. Now, come on. Come on. I know you're saying that, man. Come on.
It took him forever, but Wemby finally has his championship. And out of all the players who have attempted this challenge, he's by far the tallest, which may have been the difference. But what about the opposite end of the spectrum? Would a smaller player like Ja Morant, for example, be able to complete this challenge? To find out the answer to that question, click the video on the screen.
Shout out to Matt.